Today we have a 2015 Lexus ES350. We're replacing the AC condenser. So really they want you to take off the bumper, but let's go ahead and try something new about removing the bumper here. So first I'm gonna remove this cover here. All you gotta do is get these pins around, or these little clips around it. So what you do is push down on it and then pull it up. So there's total all around where you see these holes. Just go ahead and pick it up. And then from there, we'll see the condenser there. So what I'm trying to do is we're going to remove the core support here and then hopefully expose it a little bit to where we can actually just pull it outward instead of take it from the front with the bumper removed. I don't really like messing with body parts. We do a lot wrong with these with plastic. So with number 10, we'll go ahead and remove all this here, unplug these here, take off this one here. This one will get picked up to remove this clip here. It's basically free up this core support number 10s, and then we're going to take off the core support number 2, number 10s on each end here. From there, we should be able to see what we can do to the condenser. All right, also remove the core support here. I'll show you where all the bolts are removed. 2 for the hinge, 1 for that part right there, and 2 up top for the air trunk. Just gonna leave that to the side right there. Those are the 2 bolts on each end. So as you can see, condenser is there. I also had to remove the radiator deflector. I went ahead and did it just to show y'all how to actually do it. So it sits in this direction. This direction. You pretty much have to go in here, finger, push down to unlatch the claw, I guess they call it, which attaches up here, as well as kind of pry back a little bit to get the little clip off. There's 2. I guess one kind of broke when I brought it out, so I've got to go back down there and secure that, and that's the other one, so we'll get this out the way. But now we have all the room with the condenser here, so really no need to remove the bumper. Why waste almost 3 hours doing it? So first thing we're going to do, 2 number 10s, go ahead and disconnect the AC lines there, and then we have a total of 4 number 10s. 2 on top here, the radiator, 2 at the bottom down, 1 there, and 1 down there. From there, condenser will be free, and we'll just pop it right out. Okay guys, so the 2 lines, the condenser will be removed. Also be sure to replace these O-rings right there. Those 2 O-rings, go ahead and replace those when we do this. I removed the 2 bolts up top, down the bottom. Let me get a light here. Well, I guess you can kind of see it. So you see there's like a little channel right here that kind of blocks a socket going in. You can use a wrench or go up top and grab the radiator and just slightly lift up just to give you clearance with the socket. But also, let you know this now, you don't have to fully remove it because it's actually just an ear. So now that I have all this up here removed, all I gotta do is push forward and slide it up. And there we go. I'm just get this removed and get the new one put in with new O-rings. Okay guys, so I have my new condenser here, which had matched up, make sure it's the same size and everything. The only thing different is there are no slits here like the old one down here does with the screws at the or the bolts at the bottom. So I'm gonna have to fully remove those and just put it in afterwards. Like I said, you can just slightly lift up on the radiator just to give you a little room with the socket versus the wrench. That's pretty much the only thing different. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in. And I've gone ahead and ready to place the O-rings on the lines. So let's get this in place. All right, the condenser's in place now, as you can see. 2 bolts for the lines there, the 4 bolts all around total. Just nice and snug since it's going to the radiator. And if you can see on this new radiator I have, it didn't have the slits down there, but it did kind of have like a little channel for the radiator. The other one didn't. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put the deflector back in. Sorry about that. This part, place at the top, go in this direction here. You kind of just match up the other side. So let's go ahead and slide this in, and then throw the core support back on top. Just wanted to mention one thing before I put the core support back in. In the beginning, I mentioned doing something over here to remove this. As you can see, I never did anything. We got enough clearance once we got it out the way to manipulate this just a tad, but even then, didn't really have to manipulate anything here. So you can go ahead and just slap the core support back in, making sure it lines up everywhere properly, and then bolting the side bolts evenly across, back and forth. So let's go ahead and get that in place, and it'll be pretty much done. Okay guys, so everything is pretty much back in place now. Everything plugged back up, the horns, the sensor. Don't forget the hood latch sensor as well here. Sorry, the compressor's coming on. But pretty much all you have left to do is just to evacuate, recharge, and put this cover back on, and we'll be done. So thanks for watching, all. Please like, subscribe, more videos to come.